Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toonkind at 12 frames per second. It's me, Mock, and I'm here joined by my lovely friend.
It's me, Snail.
Woohoo! Um, so I have like almost no plan, but I do have kind of a setup for this.
Yes.
Do you mind if I take a little bit of narrative control? Basically just saying like you don't make a bunch of saving throws and end up in a situation.
Take it away, my friend. Take it away.
um, y'all listening, if you don't already know, will know who we're playing in just a second. Um, yeah, actually, Snail, who are you playing? Tell me a bit about him.
Who am I playing? Well, I am playing Lutin Remy, shooting star of the Shooting Star Press. He is a reporter. He is sometimes good at what he does. He he has broken a few cases wide open and gotten a lot of attention for that, which is perhaps not great because before he really was kind of a puff piece reporter, and now he's doing hard tech stuff, and he might not quite be ready for that, but oh boy, it sure is happening.
So he's probably getting into a lot of not like scraps, but a lot of tough spots. I imagine something like that.
Oh
Or at least
yeah.
has had
Oh
his fair
yeah.
share. Um,
By this point he's got quite a few people with an eye on him who you don't really want your eye to be in their. There's a
speak.
way to phrase that sentence. You know what I mean? Where like
I'd
you
say
don't want them looking at you, but they're definitely looking at him.
yeah. Speaking of eyes, you open yours. Do you want to give me like a just give me a perception check, please?
I would love to give you a perception check. Thank you. 20 plus 4.
Nice, natural one.
A
That
nat
means,
one, a nat one, a
I
nat
mean,
one, a nat one.
that will happen to you. When your eyes kind of barely flutter open, um, after you have been. I would. The word kidnapped is not out of place. You've been taken from
Uh-huh.
one location and moved to another.
That
Um,
darn secondary location.
yeah, you're you. They got you to the secondary location, man. Um, you snail can do whatever you like with winter. Either have them be nearby or whatever. But I was gonna give you a second look around. Basically, you're in a kind of dimly lit room. Um, you're sitting on a chair. There's a
Oh,
table.
that's nice. He's got a chair.
Yeah,
At least they're not forcing him to be on the ground. Yeah, winter is nowhere to be found.
yeah.
Hmm.
And so you kind of ponder this for a moment, and then I mean, I would make a check, but there unless she like fucking rolls a natural one, what's her shit?
Don't roll for it, just do it.
I just want to do this. Yeah, from one of the from one of the corners of this dimly lit room, a shape appears, and just like looks you up and down.
From Luton's spot in the chair, if he's able to make a waving motion with his hand, he does.
Which hand?
Um, if his hands are bound behind his back, he obviously will not be seen. But if his hands are like bound to the chair, then he like makes a waving motion, eyes wide.
He goes to make a waving motion with whichever his dominant hand is, and it clinks as he is handcuffed, just by one hand, but he is handcuffed to this chair.
All right. Important question. Was he knocked out or given a sleeping potion as he was taken to the secondary location.
I was thinking of it as maybe some kind of like a chloroform situation. So
All right. So
sleeping potion I
as he
think is
sees
the closest, really.
as he looks down at his lad, he's like, "That's weird. I mean, it happens a lot to me, but that doesn't make it normal." Hi. And his hand sort of like sags, but then clinks because the handcuff doesn't let it sag all the way to the floor.
Oh man.
And he's sort of blinking at you with like one eye and then the other eye. Um,
This poor boy. I'm so fucking sorry, Lutin.
no, you're not.
I, the player, am very sorry. Echo is not, and you see her come into like fully into frame now, and you see that it is Echo sitting across from you. She
Echo
slides into a
LeBlanc,
chair.
hey! How is the case you broke that I should have broke, but then you broke because we made the deal, but I was stupid go. Hi.
Lutin, you have experiences. You know things about the world, correct?
I mean, probably. Right? I prob. Yeah?
What do you know about interpersonal relationships?
Uh, and he like blinks at you for a second. He's like, well, I know what not to do. And I've got like friends and stuff, so I apparently know what to do, but I know what not to do for sure. Don't be my parents.
Oh
That's
Jesus.
step one. Step
Mm-hmm.
two is listen when they're saying something because they can reveal information that way, and truth comes out over time periods, not just a single instance. And number three is why am I handcuffed? I thought we were friends.
We are friends, Lutin. So fucking sorry. I can't do this. I can't do this with a straight face. We are we we are friends, Lutin.
Okay, I guess that answers question three. Two. No, wait, you asked me a question. I did two, then I asked. Okay, your turn for questions again, I guess.
How would you recommend getting across a piece of information to someone?
I mean, in general, yeah. If this is about the scroll I hide under the desk, there's a reason I
Jesus.
keep that secret. So that's a specific thing.
All right, Echo's writing. She's writing notes. Um,
Oh, don't write that. Put that part out, please.
she flips the note page like back a page to right on the previous page, as if like
Okay, that's fine.
undoing the motion of the flip, but not actually like erasing any words.
Okay, that's fine.
Um, and she kind of like looks you up and down, and she just goes, "That wasn't my question, then. How do you get across a piece of information to somebody? Tell me." And she
You, you.
she give me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh, what is this constitution? One. So not great.
It's all good.
A
All right.
17 though.
You're not completely blinded as she turns a light on and shines it in your face. What do you
You didn't
know?
say how. You said if it was important. To be fair,
Did I say that?
are you now asking how? because I can answer how if you want. You just didn't ask that question first.
I'm pretty sure I asked that question, but dang, that really did a number on you, huh?
I
She's
don't know why you're talking about.
she's she leaves the light pointed at you, and she leaves the room for a second. Do you want to do anything?
Hey, Echo, come back! Okay, after like 3 seconds that she's gone, he is going to roll sleight of hand to see if he can get out of the
Do it,
handcuffs.
do it, do it, do it.
A 16.
Where did you roll that?
Oh shoot, I rolled
In
it
the
in the nuts and
gallery?
bolts gallery. Sorry!
You can still use the 16. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I didn't consider this far ahead. I don't know what the
Hang on.
usual stuff is.
Lock, pick,
You got little hands.
handcuffs, D&D.
You
I'm
got little
sure
hands.
that there's... Okay, so if it's full manacles, it requires a D20 dex check.
Shit, man. Like a
Um,
DC of 20.
but if you can use Thieves' Tool, it's a DC of 15.
Can you use thieves tools
Let me see
for
if I
your
have
proficiency?
Thieves' Tools. Would she have taken away Thieves' Tools?
No.
He doesn't have Thieves' Tools.
Shit, man,
Oh,
that sucks.
that was a mistake on my part that will be corrected after this FPS.
No, that's how you know that she's still your friend, is she didn't take away all of your shit. She
Well,
comes.
that's nice.
You try to do this. She comes back like a minute later with like a glass of water.
And he's like still poking and picking at the handcuff because he registers that she's in the room, but he doesn't register that he shouldn't be doing this while she's in the room because she's not a threat. She's his friend. So he's just still working away at the handcuffs.
So she just puts it down in front of you. Says, drink some water.
Oh, are you sure about that? The last time I had something from you, it made me tired. And tired is my state of being at the moment, so it didn't help.
I mean, that's up to you. I guess typically, glass of cold water helps wake people up.
Yeah, but it could be poison with more sleepy stuff if you wanted me to. What was your question?
Lutin, trust me, if I wanted you to still be asleep, you would be.
Yeah, okay, I can't trust that. What was your question? You were
Lutin.
asking me something, but then I forgot. I tried not to forget stuff because that's part of being a good friend. Now remember, you want some friend. Part of being a good friend is listening and paying attention and not forgetting important things. But I did forget your question. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I forgive you. Drink some water. She's like shaking
Okay,
her
I'll
head a
drink
little bit,
some
like, oh
water.
my god. This
Yeah,
boy.
so in case anybody is wondering what's going on, when I made Lutin a half elf, one of the normal benefits of being a half elf is you are resistant to sleep. But because Lutin is a Toonkind and he's a funky little thing, and because he's based on Tintin who constantly falls unconscious, it has the opposite effect for him. Not only does he require sleep, but anything that starts up sleep through magical means or chloroform has an intense effect upon him. So that's why he's acting almost drunk.
I mean, it also doesn't help that the first roll you did was a natural one. So,
It was a nat
it
one.
was a nat one, so I mean, really not in the greatest.
So he drinks the water.
It's just a glass of water. Um,
That's nice.
and
Ice cube. And he like swirls the ice cube with his finger.
oh my god. Echo's thinking this was a mistake. She doesn't know which part of this was a mistake, but there was definitely a mistake made somewhere in here. She's gotta go back to her notes later. Um, she she sits back down, and just kind of like it looks over to the side or whatever, and she's just like, Lutin, I have a problem, and I need help
Well,
fixing
you
fixing
couldn't have
the problem.
said that. I'm your friend. Friends help each other out. What's up?
I mean, I could have said that, but then we wouldn't be having fun like we are right now.
Well, handcuffs aren't normally very fun for me because of bad memories and stuff, but I'll let it slide because you are my friend and you need help. What do you need help with?
Oh, I was so close to making not the way I use them jokes. Which is not even. I mean, if you consider like catching perps a fun thing to do, then that's a fun way to use them. God damn it.
You want to keep
That's
digging
not
yourself
Echo's
this
thing.
hole?
I'm just gonna keep digging myself this hole, I guess. Um, what did he fucking say? I'm so sorry. My entire brain got derailed.
He said he wants to help with the problem she has.
Yeah. So she like leans forward a little bit, and she like kind of conspiratorially whispers at him, I have a piece of personal information which I need to deliver to another person. This other person has thus far been, oh, there's a word.
Is it like not listening to you,
The other,
or
the other
is it
person,
like angry at you?
no, no,
Because
no.
if
The other person
they're
has been unaffected by my methods of communication thus far.
then they're not listening to you. I see. And he like tries to put his hand on his chin, but he misses. So he's nodding, and his hand is next to his chin.
Yeah, just give me a sec. Where did that go? Damn. You know what? That's fine though. She's got it friggin'. If you want, what's Luton's passive perception?
Passive perception is 14.
Oh, okay. You do see her actually reach over and unlock the cuff,
That's so
which she
nice. And
did as she was talking to you.
he like brings his hand up and then like drops it down, and it actually does fall all the way this time. He's like, that's nice. And then he like puts both of his hands on the table because he doesn't have the energy to hold them up.
Oh my god, Luton. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. This had to come out somehow.
Oh god. She's like, no, no, no. I don't think. It's not that she is not listening, it's that she doesn't know that the information is there.
Oh, so it's not like she's not trying to listen. It's like she doesn't know what to listen for?
Something like that. Yes.
Okay. First thing you do is you write a letter. And then the second thing you do is you tear up that letter. And then the third thing you do is you write a second letter, and then you look over that letter to see if it says what you mean very clearly, because if they don't know what they're trying to hear, then you have to say it real clear. Like there was this one time my best friend Yang was trying to tell somebody that she wasn't interested in them, And she tries so many times until eventually she had to write a letter that says, I am your friend, but I'm not interested in you. And then
I
she had to
see.
tear up that letter, and then she wrote another letter that says, I am your friend, I am not interested in you romantically. And that letter got over the message.
I see.
That's what you do. And he's like very proud of himself.
And if the intent is counter to that, what would you say about that? Do you want to make an insight? Does Lutin know what the fuck is going on now?
I would love to make an insight because if he doesn't do well, I would say no, he doesn't.
Like,
It's an
it's
eight.
an
He
eight.
does not know what this is about in specific.
I mean, God, Echo's just hard to read as a person. I'm not even gonna have her
And
roll
he's
anything. Like,
also
she's just hard
very
to read as a
sleep
person.
drunk. He's also very, very sleep medicine drunk. So he's like, and he like,
Would Toon Shenanigans wake him up?
well, I think you should certainly try.
I'm just saying, what if Echo has another glass of water and just splashes it on him?
I would say roll for it.
What am I rolling? Oh, a medicine? Should I make a medicine check still?
Sure,
For Toon Shenanigans?
sure, sure. Just because
Um,
it's going like with his body physiology, um,
I mean,
and that weirdness.
otherwise it's gonna have to be something like a persuade him to wake up better. I like.
I was gonna make it a straight luck check, but I can be convinced with medicine.
Well, the good news is that my medicine is the same as rolling a straight d20, so that's an 8.
He's
That's up to you to decide.
face. He sits there for a second. Hey, what was that for?
Wow, you are out of it.
Oh, yeah, if you did a thing with the sleepy medicine thing, that's super bad for me in a way that's not normal to have elves. Yeah, it really pecks me up.
I'll note that for next time. She does.
And he like sort of wipes his hair out of his face because it totally drenched over his eyes, and he sort of blinks at you again.
She does. She writes
Oh
down a
wait,
note for quote unquote next time.
I was making a point. The process is still the same. So if you're trying to tell your boss you really need a raise, you still make the first note with all of your emotions, then tear that note up for the word
Satisfaction.
satisfaction. And then you make the note that specifies in a way that they will hear that thing you mean. The first note is for you to understand emotions. The second note is for you to say it in a way they can hear. Same process.
I see. She just thinks for a minute.
Do you need to tell your boss you need a raise, by the way? I was using that as a hypothetical, but if you do, well, we can pretend that the shooting star is trying to hire you so they'll pay you more.
No, not quite.
Okay, but the offer stands because you're my friend.
Though I'll keep it in mind for the future.
So, wait, what are we talking about?
I told you I have a piece of personal information which I need to convey to another person. She's literally if you. I almost want you to make another insight check. She's just like this.
I would love to make another insight check just in case something is worn off 14.
Okay.
Not great, not bad.
I mean, she's just like this. Um, you get a feeling it's more personal than she makes it sound when she says it like that.
Are you having a fight with a friend? Because that happens sometimes, and that's okay. What's a bad thing to do in a fight with a friend is to get so mad you attack them. Don't be my parents.
Hmm.
You just. It's hard to listen when you guys are having a conflict of interest, but you still gotta do it, and the other person has to do it too if this is about a fight.
It's not about a fight.
Okay, process of elimination. And he like puts his head in his hands and like two fingers to the temple of his brain. And he's like, "Go, process of elimination. This is not a fight. This is not with your boss. Uh, uh,
Do you want like do you want like a coffee or something? She's like,
huh? You made me lose my train of thought. The engineer likes trains. I haven't interviewed him in a while. I should do that. Where's my notebook? I should.
you should still have it.
I should still have it, shouldn't I? He's like patting around his waist, not looking in his belt, just like patting at his pockets.
I mean, is that where it is in his belt?
No, it's in his bag,
Oh,
but he's patting around his pockets.
I mean, it's probably just right next to him. It's like draped across the chair, the back of the chair that he's in. Like
Oh, for sure.
while you're like digging around, Echo reaches into her hammer space and pulls out a cup of black coffee. She's like, she's pulling out all the stops here. She's trying to fix this kid.
Make me another luck roll. Well,
Sure.
luck or medicine, whichever you
Same
prefer.
thing. 11.
Slightly better. So he's like patting along his pockets. At this point, he has drained the water, and the ice cube's like sitting on the bottom.
She's replaced the water cup a with a coffee. Same spot.
So he like reaches out for the coffee, sorry, for the water, and then it like goes in the mug handle, and he doesn't notice. So he picks up the mug handle and takes a sip, and he's like, "Ooh, I prefer tea, but I suppose that's all right. Wait a second, it's over here." And he pulls out his notepad, and does not pull out a pencil, but he feels comforted now that he's got his notepad beside him.
God,
He's
mood.
slightly more coherent.
Nice. Good for him. Um, let's see. What's another? Echo's gonna have to try this from another angle. What's another angle?
You gotta crack the code, man. You gotta investigate. You need the answers. You gotta break them.
Um, I think Echo's gonna try. She's gonna let you drink the coffee for a second, and she's gonna like look at you. She's just gonna say, Lutin, have you ever had an attachment to a particular person?
Uh, yeah? Do dogs count? Because the answer is still yeah if dogs don't count. But Winter is my best friend, so if you're talking about that instance, that it is gonna be about a dog.
That was me doing a little laugh, but I think that also, again, I don't know if Luton is coherent enough to notice this, but she actually does kind of smile at that, which is pretty rare. Um,
Yes! Best friend status achieved!
yeah, like she's like,
We are now officially buddies.
mm, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it could be a good starting point, I suppose.
Okay, so with dogs, you gotta make sure you cover their basic needs. They need walks. They cannot just run around in the backyard. They
God.
need walks.
She's writing this
They
down.
need pets. They need attention. They need their minds stimulated. You gotta make sure they get enough tricks because if you don't, they will drive themselves crazy, and that's where people go wrong.
Hmm.
Humans also need walks, but they tend to have self will to go on the walks. So,
I see.
yeah, dogs. I love dogs.
Walks. She writes some stuff down.
Um, and and he's like, you said it was similar but related, so this is probably not about a dog, though, right?
No. No, no. It's
Okay.
another tune
Um,
of the non canine variety.
and it's not a fight, but you're saying something and the other person isn't getting it. Am I right
Yes.
so far?
Yes.
This is gonna sound crazy, but have you talked to them not using subtlety about the thing that they aren't getting? Because sometimes we can get tied up in saying things in hints. What the other person needs is it just to be stated, and they're
As
not even offended by what the thing is. They just don't even know what's going on.
after Lutin like says this, Echo like gives him like a hard stare. And again, I don't know exactly how much of this he picks up on, but she kind of raises her eyebrow in a way that's like, you do know who you're talking to. You do see you do understand the person that you're conveying this information to right now. I mean, this is the most direct way I've ever talked to someone about anything, and I had to kidnap you to do it. Uh, like, this is all conveyed with just one eyebrow raise. Um,
Oh, of course.
however much of it he gets is up to you, but
I think he does get the stare and he goes, "No, I know, I know, I know. I know it's not like your thing so much, but listen, if we turn the thoughts to cracking criminals, and I know this is going away from the topic, but just listen, I'm coming around to a point. If we turn to the topic of criminals and there's a criminal you're trying to interrogate and the normal methods aren't working, isn't it time to try something else, even if it's out of your wheelhouse? Because I do know that your investigation skills mean you would have tried to tell this person something many a time. And if it hasn't been working, isn't it time to try something new? And he's looking very proud with his argument as he's slowly regaining coherency.
oh, buddy,
So slowly.
this is great because we have Luton who talks a lot and Echo who just like does not talk very much at all. She just lets him go, like on these like um. And she is kind of nodding. She's like, oh, I have been
Yeah.
delving
Uh
into
huh.
more experimental methods lately. She like
Yeah.
gestures to you again. The fact that she's talking to you about this is like not a small thing.
Oh, Echo, I love you.
She's
He's
like, I
like,
need peer review or whatever, which is probably as close as she can think to like advice from a friend. It's peer review.
and he's like, you see, And that works also with the letter thing, because then you don't even have to worry about saying the thing and it coming out wrong the first time, as what the first letter is for. And then you can rephrase it in a way that you know will be clear enough for them to understand. As
I
that's
see.
why I recommend that method, although you don't have to go that way. It just helps me when I'm like anxious about telling somebody no and stuff.
And what if you don't know what the feeling is exactly by the end of that first letter?
Well, there is a way to say that you don't know exactly what you feel, which is what you just said. You can like tell your friend, I don't know exactly how I feel about whatever it is, but I want to keep talking to you about it. That's what friends do. That is not what my parents did. So, if it's not what my parents did, you're on the right track.
Hmm.
Never ever be my parents. They sucked.
Noted. She definitely like makes a longer note about it. Kind of. I mean, I'll tell you, it's kind of a like. Get back to this later when Lutin is more like
Coherent.
not fucked up. Um, because while this would be a fantastic opportunity, that's not really her goal here. And while she
Yeah, she has.
will actively pry if she's looking for specific information, that again, it's not her goal, and she does respect Luton enough to not like actively try and pry. Um,
I love her so much. Everyone, Echo LeBlanc is the best character ever. Do not at me.
she's a character. It's not, none of it is conventional, but she's doing her best. Um,
May I roll another insight check in the hopes that we just keep getting slightly better and slightly
sure.
better? Oh, come on, only a 10. He's still in the dark.
I mean, it's pretty dim in this room except for the light, but I never said that she stopped shining at you, so I imagine it's still just on.
Oh, yeah, it's still shining on him, which is why he can't see anything. He's still being semi blinded at all times.
um, I think at this point, because these are like discussion FPSs, I don't have anything else specific. But does Luton have anything that he like questions that he wants to ask in this scenario? Like,
I mean, given the fact that I just rolled a 10, sadly the answer is no. He thinks that this conversation has happened, and Echo isn't a threat to him, so likely she won't do it again. Um,
well,
so
not
so
using the same method.
probably not, at least not using the same method. So he doesn't currently have questions. As soon as he's like slept this off, he's gonna be like, I have 10 million questions. Why didn't I
Oh,
ask a
buddy.
single one? But at the moment, he's like, yeah, I helped. I'm not handcuffed anymore.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, I
this
think
this
at
has gone
this
great.
point. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He's just like, yeah, I don't have anything that I need to say. Surely Winter's gonna come save me in a couple minutes. This is fine.
All right. So I think at this point, after just kind of thinking again, because she's just trying to get as much information as she can about this. She's information gathering. She's still researching for whatever her big project is that she's doing.
Of course.
I think
Wonder what
she.
it could be.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Um, I think she just kind of like nods, closes her like little book with one hand, and turns off the light.
Oh, and now everything's dark. Ouch.
And she just gets up. Because she doesn't say anything. She's not a very talkative person. She gets up and she opens the door. There's a door, you know, there's light coming from that door. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Winter bolts in. You
Now,
know he was coming.
my question for you is: did Winter have to like actively try and like find Lutin, or did Echo bring Winter with her and then give him like a snack to eat while he was waiting?
Oh my goodness. I want to say the first, but I'm pretty dang sure it's the
I
second.
mean, if Winter is good at reading people, which I think he's pretty good at reading people, as good as Pubby can be.
He's as good as Puppy can be.
Pubby are pretty good at picking up, what the like, you know what I mean? If you're a good person, Pubby probably gonna know that. So like, there was probably
Winter is bribable, is the thing.
there was probably like a couple of minutes at the very start where Winter was like, "Yo, what?" Echo does not have to speak to animals, but like once they got like where they were going, Echo probably had like, I don't know, some dog treats or so. Like she prepared ahead of time for this.
Of course. And like when she came out for the glass of water, Winter was like ready to leap in, but saw that Lutin was totally fine and he was like,
Damn, I
I
still
can
got
have
a
a
couple treats left
couple
though,
more
huh?
treats. I can have a couple more treats.
We got
Lutin's
time.
not gonna come around for a while. It's okay.
Oh god. But she does open the the door. Winter can come in.
Winter shoots in and lands on Lutin's lap. And the thing is, Lutin did not see Winter when Winter saw Lutin, so he's like, "Oh hey, why did you come and save me? Oh, don't worry, it's okay. It was just Echo. I don't approve of you using a sleep potion on me, but it's just Echo and we're friends, so it's okay. There's 3 strike rule, and this is only the first strike.
Down one
I mean,
strike.
it could be the second strike because she did steal the story from me, but I've let that go because we're friends. So only the first strike, and she didn't know it was a thing with me. She probably thought I was like a more normal half elf.
If you were looking
Yeah.
at Echo during any of that, she was gonna say something when you were like, "It's don't do that again." She was gonna say something, but then as when you said like, "Oh, she stole a story from me," she's like, shuts up again. She was
He
gonna be like,
always does this.
she was gonna be like, "No, no, I won't do that again," but like to reassure you. But then she's like,
He always does this. I love him. King stupid.
she's like, "No, that's not really how that happened." So again, a lot of this is communicated just for us
Through posture.
through posture. But
I
yeah,
love Echo.
she will just let you go whenever you're ready.
Yeah, he's still sitting.
Okay.
Your move, Magic Man.
What?
He's still sitting and talking to his dog. He's still kind of out of it.
He can sit and talk to his dog for as long as he wants. But Echo's got stories to write, so
I think by the time he gets up, she's probably gone. So, because he does take a bit to
she's
like
she's at
get
her
to his feet.
once he does like get out and out. She's at her desk just outside of the door, where you were. As you kind of make your way out, you realize it was like a small closet space that had like the stuff all like taken out or shoved aside.
Is that your secret interrogation room or something?
And she's like going through notes and she's like writing something and she's like, "Yes."
All right. Are you going to have to blindfold me before I exit the secondary location, or are we good?
Uh, no, you can go.
All right. He steps forward. He turns around. He goes back. He left his notepad. He turns around. He comes back out and he leaves. He does notate exactly where she chose to take him. Was it her apartment or was it her workplace?
It's her workplace.
All right, interesting.
And the
Uh,
Gazette. I mean, if you think about it, they're kind of the same thing. Um,
no, Echo, please.
I want to say like all the desks have like two lamps on them, and her like those like desk lamps.
Oh yeah, the
And
swivelly kind.
yeah, and her desk at the time he was looking only had one because she brought the other one in to shine on him.
You know she did. All right, so I can't think of anything better to end out on than seeing a stumbling, appearing to everyone hungover or mildly drunk Lutin exiting the Gazette.
Yeah, I think like as he goes out, she'll like kind of call over like, bus station's 2 blocks to the right. Like
2 blocks to the left. Got it.
she does not correct him.
Side note, after the credits roll, you see Winter gently tugging him to the right.
Excellent. And close. FPS
Scene.
successful.
We did it, gang.
I'm gonna stop the recording. I think that went well. I'm gonna stop the recording.
That went super well.
Thanks for listening, folks. Bye.